Ladies and gentlemen, WWE, Somoa Joe joins us in the studio.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We are doing good. How about you?
I'm excellent. Thank you very much.
I asked you a minute ago if getting up early is a big thing for you. Are you normally an early riser?
I think by default what we do, unfortunately, we rise pretty early. So sleep's not a premium with what we do.
So how late will you sometimes be up before you have to get up the next morning?
So last night we had a show out in where were we at last night? Louisville, Kentucky. So I probably rolled into town about 1 a.m. And then,
my! And so you're up this early?
You live out of a suitcase then?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
For the most part.
Yeah. 70% of my life is spent on the road, so it's
You're good at packing.
Hey, I'm very good at packing. Very efficient. Light traveler. Yes. We don't check bags around here.
Well, that's true. You carry everything is carry on.
Yeah.
Now, when you go through the airport, how often are you recognized?
All the time.
Yes.
It's a struggle getting through security, but hey, it's a good thing, man. Fans are fun. They're pretty passionate, but it's pretty creepy at 4 a.m. when they're there. It's
sure.
Get some sleep, guys.
When is it okay for a fan to approach you, and when is it not okay for a fan to approach you?
Honestly, it's always okay for a fan to approach you, but there is some etiquette and decorum things.
Not in the bathroom.
Yeah, not in the bathroom. Obviously,
you're not shaking hands.
Not in the middle of dinner. Hey, I'm a big fan. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt this big dinner you're having with your family. And also, if I'm with my kids, and I always love exuberant fans, but I have fans that oftentimes, I'll be out maybe with my family on an off day, and they'll walk up, oh man, it's Samoa and effing Joe, and I'm just like grabbing my kids. Thanks, man. Appreciate the support, but my 6-year-old didn't need to hear that.
Yeah, right. So speaking
now they think I have a weird middle name.
Speaking of kids, though, what do they think? I mean, usually we hear, they just think I'm
They are
bad.
completely and totally unimpressed with anything I do on television.
Oh, you're kidding me.
Yeah, but SpongeBob, he gets all the love. He can do no wrong. But,
that's the truth.
Yeah, Daddy isn't cool.
Do you remember watching when you were younger?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And honestly, WWE, especially living in the West Coast,
sure.
It was pretty much all we ever saw. We didn't get a lot of down south wrestling out in California, but you grew up with WWE, go from Hulk Hogan to The Rock. I mean, these guys were always around and kind of always out there to be inspiration. So yeah, there we go.
Now, how did you get your start? You've been doing this longer than most people.
Yeah,
20 years.
20 years in, and
he was 4 when he started.
Yeah. I was 3 when I got in this. Stuff was tough,
Yes. Something I read about you that really stood out to me is you performed as a dancer.
Yeah.
In the Olympics?
My parents own the largest Polynesian dance troupe, probably in the United States. My brother still runs it. And
wow.
84 came around. I was a very young man, and unfortunately, my father didn't take into account. We're doing the opening ceremonies for the 84 Olympics, and he didn't take into account a costume change and how hard it is to get 22 showgirls off the 50-yard line into a locker room to change and then back out on the field. So we kind of had this dead time, this stalling time. And I remember my dad looked around, and I was 5, and he grabbed me by the scruff and threw me over a drum and says, "Get out there, do a solo, stall." And
you did it.
Yeah. So 5 minutes of stalling in front of a packed Olympic stadium, and
oh my goodness,
our girls made their costume change, got back out in the 50, and we finished up the show. So
because you were 5 then, is that right?
Yeah.
So did you recognize the gravity of what you were doing?
Not at all.
Yeah, that's probably good.
I thought that was like Tuesday. 60,000 people, sweet. Yeah, it's easy.
And didn't get nervous. That's amazing to me.
I didn't really have a choice. I was more scared of my dad than the people.
So I'm assuming that when Dancing with the Stars calls, you'll say yes?
Oh, I'm in. Yeah. They don't even know.
Love it. But we have some rapid fire questions for you, if you don't mind.
Oh, yeah. Well, as long as they're rapid fire.
Good news is there's no right or wrong answers.
Yeah.
Whatever you say.
I'm just saying, I'm really big on speed, so these better be.
There we go.
The bad news is Jim wrote it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I can barely read his writing. Okay.
I write like a doctor.
So first thing that comes to your mind when we ask you this, favorite food?
Favorite food? Yakiniku, the Japanese style of Korean barbecue. It's just a bunch of meat, a grill in the middle of the table, and a lot of friends around. It's all a great time.
Pretty good.
That sounds nice. Yeah. A movie you've seen the most? Which one have you watched over and over?
Ooh, it's really, really tough. It's a mix between the Blues Brothers and Blues Brothers, Three Amigos, and Blazing Saddles. Just I don't know why. I'll tell you what. And this isn't by design. It's just these movies. No matter what they come up in syndication. Yeah. When I check in a hotel, they'll be on. These are just like
all the time.
Really weird movies that just haunt me every time I turn on television. So it's not by choice.
A favorite car that you've owned?
A favorite car that I've owned. I owned a 1966 Porsche 915, and it's my favorite car of my own because I looked absolutely ridiculous driving it. So, little 60s sports cars were just, it was a gift from a very loving relative, but
that was nice.
Poorly conceived.
All right, what about best subject in school?
Science.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty good with the science.
A musical instrument you can play or like to play?
There's a few. Drums, both kit drums and percussion. A little bit of ukulele and I guess for expertise, that's all I'll really go into.
That's impressive.
I like it.
What about a country you'd like to visit?
A country I'd like to visit. So I've had the opportunity to visit pretty much all the cool places in the world so far, but I don't know. I'm kind of into some of the Eastern European countries, and I'd really love to do a little bit more traveling in Southeast Asia because it's pretty cool down there. So.
Right.
Favorite hobby?
Video games. I think it's just.
Are you a Fortnite guy?
I'm not a Fortnite guy. Well, I was an original Fortnite guy. I was down with Fortnite. Probably one of the founder pack guys and one of the guys that kind of financed it when it was coming to thing. But now it's like a huge thing, and all the kids are hot about it. So I don't know. I'm kind of fell off the wagon a bit.
What about favorite time of day?
Not morning.
Not morning. I will tell you that. Yeah,
You're not alone there.
yeah. Well, yeah. Trust me, you morning hosts. I hand it to you. Probably evening. Evening is my favorite time of day.
Okay, I lost my place.
Ours, by the way, is dinner time. Just so you know, our answer was dinner time.
How old were you when you had your first kiss?
Ooh, I almost don't want to say this. I might send somebody to jail. I want to say 12.
12.
Well, that's pretty good.
I figured maybe it was after you were, performing on stage at age 5.
Around all those women.
A lot of women.
Well, I will say this: they did have something to do with it. So,
And favorite wrestler of all time?
favorite wrestler of all time. Oh God! Every time I stare in the mirror, kids.
You're so shy.
I know, I am. I've been known for my humility.
All right. Well, Somoa Joe join us. Got tickets tonight. Don't miss it. It's going to be a great show, 7:30. And as I mentioned, still some tickets available for our great.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming by.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You're fun.
I try to be.
Next time we're going to have a ukulele here.
Yeah, we'll get going. Actually, let's have some drums. It's a real show.
Just really get it going.
Yeah, pots and pans. God, it'll be great.